What is going on, everybody? This is not working. Hey, there we go. This is Christopher Seward with Real Talks, and I got the man, the myth, the legend, Dante Edwards in the house today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Dante, how are you doing, man? It's good to see you, brother.
I'm doing good. Normally, I've seen the previous episodes. Normally, people catch a stray bullet during the intro, so I'm a little nervous about what the episode has.
Well, that's coming soon. But we got a great show for you guys today, and my man has come from Yale. He is a super studious guy, one of a kind, strength coach over there. And speaking of Yale, this is going to lead to our first trivia question of the day. So, in 1718, all right, Yale changed its name from its original name to Yale University after Elihu Yale, who was the president of East India Trading Company, okay? What was their original name? I can't talk today. Original name at Yale University.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I've actually heard this answer before, and like the tour.
Okay, stop. Like, everybody says that before. Everyone always goes, I've heard that question before.
I've seen the trivia. It was the most nerve-wracking thing because I knew I wouldn't know the answer, and I'm more disappointed because I've heard, as soon as you say it, I'm going to know what it is.
It is the Collegiate University. Collegiate University, folks. Man. Okay. Well, we got a great show lined up for you guys today. So, first things first, I think we got to kind of address the elephant in the room. The Lions might not be making the playoffs today. Now, I know that you might be a little familiar with this in the past, being a Lions fan, fantasy football, things like that. But, what do you guys have a chance to get in? What are your thoughts today?
I think the Lions, we just got to keep moving upward and onward with this thing.
He's putting a spin on. I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that. Shout out, upward and onward, man.
Yeah, with the Lions, it's been a crazy year for them.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy year for me as a sports fan in general because when I got to the East Coast, I was like, okay, I'm going to root for one East Coast NFL team. And I didn't say the Bills. I said, I'm going to root for the Jets because they're the closest team to the Lions. They had a ton of potential, and then the Jets won 3 games.
So I'm talking to him on the phone. And he's like, man, you know what? I got to find a team to root for. I got to find a team on the East Coast.
Yeah,
it wasn't 4 weeks before he goes, I'm going to become a Bills fan.
6 weeks in, we're looking at 0-6. We're looking at a potentially 0-17 season.
It's like, you sure about that? You sure you want to stay with the Jets, Jets?
I got flashbacks from the Lions 0-16 season. I can't do this twice. I can't.
You're getting double PTSD in that
I can't do this a second time.
God.
I have to leave. So.
Oh, man, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. Well, I'll tell you what, though, man. There's something to be said, though, about being loyal to your team, though, through the tough times. Being loyal to, also yourself, and I think that's one thing you got to give credit to, when it comes to Lions fans and honestly even the Chiefs fans. Evidently we're not making the playoffs this year, but people forget, before Patrick Mahomes, we had the dark ages, we had some tough times, there were some really tough times.
Castle ages, yeah.
Well, not even that. We had Brody Croyle. I remember we went 2-14, and this is sad, but we had a player commit suicide at the end of the year, and it was just an all-time low for Kansas City, But the one thing I do love about Dan Campbell is he really places emphasis on grit, and on resilience. And I think it's not just sports. We talk about sports a lot on the show, but it's beyond that. It's about having grit in life, and understand that you might stumble a time or two, right?
Yeah.
But it's about how can you keep moving forward, And so that's something that I really appreciate. But, let's talk about you and Yale, okay? So this is the first time you have been a coach for D1 University, correct?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, first time. How's that going, man?
It's going great. I love it up there. The East Coast my wife loves it. I think she was an East Coast girl at heart. Mm-hmm. It's funny because one of the things they always tell strength coaches is, when you're working, always be the smartest man in the room. Always be the biggest brain in the room. And then I got to Yale and I'm like, okay, well that's just not possible. That's just, these kids are exceptional kids. And so it's really fun to see kids who obviously, if they don't play a down of professional football or a minute of professional basketball, whatever, they're going to do exceptional things regardless. So it's really cool to see kids that committed when they're also that academically and intellectually just talented, just really impressive kids.
You know, there was a quote I heard one time where if you're the smartest person in the room, you probably need to find a bigger room. You know, and I really do believe that in life. You know, is that you have to keep growing because you know if you get comfortable, you're not going to keep growing. You're not going to keep evolving. And really, you know, I feel like a big part of life is just trying to become the best version of oneself, you know, in everything you do, trying to get 1% better every single day, you know. And so that's awesome, man. That's really awesome. So let me ask you this question. It's not just a D1 school either. You are at an Ivy League university, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big endeavor. How do the student athletes take that? You know, I mean, because you're not just at like, you know, University of Missouri, like playing football. You're at Yale University, one of the most distinguished Ivy Leagues in the country.
Yeah,
and you're playing sports.
Yeah, it's really, from a commitment level, it's not really too much of a drop off. Like the kids are really committed to developing, and they're really committed to performing at a high level. Some of these kids are probably going to play professionally, so it's not this huge drop off in talent like people advertise. But it's just interesting watching it and seeing how much their schedule is different than what I was in college. Like, the kids tell me about what their day is going to look like, and all I could think is, man, if I was 18 years old doing this, I would. I wouldn't.
They got their 401ks lined up.
Yeah,
they got all their stocks, and
like I'll be like, hey, man, how's life going? And they'll explain some tough question they had in astrophysics, and I'm like, grab a barbell. Let's get this workout going.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's really fun though.
Do you ever find like some Ryan Fitzpatrick's in there? You know, like because if y'all don't know, Ryan Fitzpatrick attended Harvard. You know, and he, if you look at him in public, I mean, he's probably, I would not expect him to have attended Harvard. I mean, the dude's wearing beach Bahama shirts every other day, reporting for, you know, Fox News, or not Fox News, Fox Sports. You think he'd be on vacation, but he went to Harvard, and he's a smart guy. Like, y'all got any fun personalities on the team, or any Ryan Fitzpatrick's on that you know about?
So many that there would need an extra episode to talk about them. Like,
really?
so many different personalities. I've kind of learned with them, with the school being as academically demanding as it is. Yeah. Really, when they come into the weight room, that's their escape. Yeah. And so it's my job to make sure that whatever we're doing is as organized, as thought through, because they don't want to come in here and think anymore. They've been thinking all day. Yeah. So when they get in this room, I really have to be on my P's and Q's, because they just want to let loose, have a good time, and develop in whatever physical property we're trying to develop that day. Yeah. So
I think that's kind of interesting, you know, that sports can be an outlet for life. You know, it can be an outlet for different stressors, things like that, you know. And, you know, I really do believe the phrase, you know, work's not work, you know, if you love what you do, you know. Really. And I guess that's something that's pretty special, you know. I know that you guys travel to Europe, right, as a team, as a women's basketball team. Yeah. Tell me more about that, man. How was your trip?
So the trip was good. The trip was really good. We went to Spain, and we went to France, which was really cool because those are two places I hadn't been yet.
Yeah, but He says this as if it's just common. He's like, oh, I've been to like 20 countries, but I just haven't been to these two yet, you know.
I hadn't been to those places. So it was really cool to see that, and I thought it was really good to bring the team together. Really young group, a lot of new faces coming in, so like it was really good to bring everybody together.
Now, if you guys don't know about this, you know, Dante, he has kind of been all over the world to an extent. I mean, maybe not all over the world, but I mean, he's done his fair share of playing football overseas. You know, I mean, you played in Finland, right? Yeah. You played in England as well. You know, okay. So between those two countries, and you know, you traveled everywhere in between, but between those two countries, you know, which time did you enjoy your football more?
That's a good question. I would say the UK, only because the UK was attached to me getting my master's degree. Yeah. So it kind of had a little bit more of a college feel to it. A lot of the kids who were there, we developed a little bit more of a connection, just because the UK, there's still like the English aspect of it. Obviously, there's like different accents, but like we're all speaking English, so it's a little bit different. You go to Finland, you're a professional. There's a little less of a friendliness there, like we need you to get these tackles or sacks or whatever. Or
by tackles, do you mean like tackles for like a fish box for ice fishing, or like
that's absurd. That's actually absurd. No, regular American football tackle.
Okay. They do a lot of ice fishing up in Finland.
I wouldn't know. I always got there. See,
I'm just full of jokes today, folks.
I always got there in the summer, and then in August, when it just starts to cool down, we were gone. The season was over. We got.
Oh, you're like, I'm packing my bags. I'm out here. I don't need no ice fishing.
Like I know guys who after the last game they left the game and went to the airport.
How long were the days in Finland?
Like the sunset?
Yeah. Like how much sleep? Like how much nighttime was there actually in Finland during the summertime?
The sun is up 21 hours a day, just about. Like, it's dark for maybe 2 or 3
dude,
hours.
you need some blinding curtains or something. You need, like, a sleep mask or something, dude.
I loved it. I brought Caleb with me, and Caleb was just like, I can't sleep. I was like, okay, we can get some blackout. We can get some curtains then.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Now, when it comes to UK, right? All right. Did you get like sucked into the world of like hot tea? Did you start pronouncing the word like aluminium instead of aluminum, or any things that you switched there?
I didn't catch too many of the slang.
Yeah,
I didn't catch too many. The only one that I'm still on the fence about is the whole Nike debate.
Whoa!
So there's a whole.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, there's a whole debate down there that they pronounce Nike, because Bike spells what?
Bike, yeah.
So what would Nike spell?
Nike.
See what I'm saying? These are like
what?
They've
but like Nike was like the Greek god of victory. You know, they don't. You don't see me pronouncing Zeus as Zeus. You know,
I explained this to them multiple times.
It's not Hermes, it's Hermes.
I promise. Hermes. It's not Hermes.
It's not Hermit the Frog over here. You know,
any Brit, if you ask them, NIK spells what? They're going to say Nike. They are passionate about that.
You know, some people, I do believe that some people intentionally mispronounce words just to like try to get a reaction out of people. Like my dad, for example, he'll say mozzarella when it's clearly mozzarella sticks. Like you don't go up to an Italian restaurant, Olive Garden or wherever, and be like, "Oh, I'll have some mozzarella sticks." You don't say that. That is a problem. If you say mozzarella, you're probably gonna get back.
If I'm serving and you ask for mozzarella, I'm not serving. Okay? I can't do that.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah. So now you're back stateside, right?
Yep.
Went to Yale. Did some training over there. What do you miss most about home? We've talked about everywhere else you've been, right?
Yeah.
What do you miss most about Kansas City?
Honestly, just like there's a lot of people I've like created connections with here, both like that I worked for or that I worked with, and like obviously my friends and my family. There's just a lot of Kansas City there.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realize that until I went to Connecticut.
Yeah.
And I would have like parents reach out and be like, "Hey, how's everything going?" And I was like, I didn't know you cared like that. I was actually going, but no, there's a lot of love here that I have. So
yeah,
I would say that's the biggest thing. The barbecue is also a good like silver.
Yeah.
It's.
I imagine they don't got good barbecue in the UK or up in the Northeast.
I'm not gonna slander any areas, but but it is what it is. So I won't slander any. I won't slander any areas. But
Seafood's probably pretty good though.
Seafood's
probably
amazing. Seafood's really good.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the things, like when you're in the Midwest, like seafood is at least a days away from each coast, so you're never gonna get that like fresh caught, like salmon or pike or whatever. I mean, the only fresh catching you're gonna get is like in the Lake of the Ozarks, like, oh hey, I caught a trout. Let's have that for dinner. But
that's facts.
Okay. Well, so then when it comes to Northeast, right? What do you love most about that?
Honestly, it's such a fast pace that like there's always something to do or like somewhere to be.
Yeah.
Right. We're about an hour and a half from New York City. We've been up there a couple of times, the wife and I. And there's just so many things to do that you can never like run out of things.
Yeah.
So like when you get free time, there's always something that you could do to like unwind and have fun. The nature is actually surprisingly. Because, like, when you think of New York or places near New York, you think of, like, the city, skyscrapers, cars, pizza, whatever. You don't really think of, oh, they must have good nature. That's Colorado.
Yeah.
That's Dakotas and, like, Idaho's.
Yeah.
But they got some really beautiful, like, places to walk and, like, very beautiful, like, mountains and stuff up there. So I enjoy it,
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Okay. Well, so let me ask you this question then, okay? So you're in the Northeast, you got football up there, right? You got, is there basketball in Yale? Like, you coach.
Is there basketball?
Well, I don't know.
Is there
y'all
basketball? Yes, there's basketball.
Like, who y'all root for up there? Like who's the team in like Connecticut? Like it's not like the Connecticut Celtics. You don't have the Connecticut Celtics.
So over there, you're gonna get a lot of Knicks guys. You're gonna get a lot of Knicks fans, right?
Not Nike. Just Knicks fans, right?
Knicks fans, not Nike.
Or I'm sorry, I was thinking Nike. I'm sorry. The Nike, the Knicks, the Nike.
Knicks,
I'm just getting confused. Okay.
Yeah, there's multiple verbiages for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to get a lot of Knicks fans. We actually, the first time my wife went up, we went up to New York.
Yeah.
We went to go watch this like Broadway show.
Yeah.
And we were leaving the Broadway show.
Yeah.
And it was just like loud. Like incredibly loud, very chaotic. I was like, what is going on tonight that's... And it was actually like the night that the Knicks got booted out of the playoffs by the Pacers. So there was just like, we were just in the wrong place. wrong place.
Like we gotta evacuate. Facebook
like,
marked us safe,
Like Kayla's taking pictures like, hey, yo, we gotta go. Like we gotta get out of here.
Oh my gosh. Hurricane Katrina over here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So y'all evacuated, y'all were okay, safe and sound, right?
We got to the train,
You got to the train.
That's all.
Close the door as we're like coming. It's like we don't have time. Close the door.
Once you get to the train, you're in a good spot. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. So I want to talk kind of about coaching, right? So it's a new year. We're coming into 2026. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to start new journeys, right? And a lot of people will do these New Year's resolutions, and they'll fall flat on their feet, or on their face. I hope you fall flat on your feet, not on your face. That's the goal, actually. So
that's actually the intended outcome. Is to fall flat on our feet on all obstacles. That's actually the preferred outcome.
A lot of people fall flat on their face.
Yeah.
There we go. As a coach, how do you inspire people to stay consistent? How do you inspire people to stay true to what they're doing? And to not give up and to not miss their step, so to speak. Because I understand you're coaching women's basketball, right? And that might be a little different in terms of team sports, but we all, have our own battles. We all have our own journeys,
Yeah.
And so, what would you recommend to that person going for that challenge today?
I think the biggest thing I'd recommend is just to be comfortable with the falling flat on your face. I think
not on your feet, on your face.
Yeah. Okay. Fall on the face first, and then go feet. Go feet the second time. But no, I always tell my athletes, I say, behind the right way is a lot of flushed out wrong ways to do it. So realistically, falling flat on your face should be a process that we don't hope for, but it should be a process that we're not fearful of, because I think we want to get things right. We want to do it the right way. We want to be perfect. And then when we're not, we get discouraged, because ultimately we should have walked into that process thinking, hey, I'm just going to try to figure out the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And the best way I can do it is to potentially be wrong and then potentially grow from that. So
I'll tell you, one of the best things you ever gave me, you actually gave me advice I remember to this day, man. It was pretty good. You said the best things for you usually lie between the things you haven't done and the things you don't want to do. And that's
Wikipedia.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good quote. And I'll tell you, I feel like a lot of people stray away from being uncomfortable. A lot of people don't. I mean, it makes sense. Who's over here like David Goggins, like, oh, I want to break my foot running a marathon. No one wants to do that. But I believe that it's that pain and suffering we go through, those hardships we endure, that make us who we are. That build our character, Tom Brady talks about this in a motivational speech one time, but he talks about, everyone's talking about the victories, and he's like, I don't care about the victories. Let's talk about the losses, right? Let's talk about those times where I went through something tough, but that helped shape me into who I am.
No, literally that.
Yeah.
Literally that part.
Yeah. In those moments where it's toughest, right? What do you think is something that a person needs to be resilient, to keep going?
Honestly, I think they need the end goal in mind.
Yeah.
I think that's the hard part, is like sometimes people go through these paths and they don't know necessarily what they're pursuing. Yeah. They just want to be pursuing something.
Yeah.
And so like all their friends are, it's like you see it all the time when kids, they go to college, because all their friends are going to college, right? And there's this pressure to like have something to go to when we graduate. And then they go to college for like a year, and then they're back home. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you got to think that in those situations, one of the causes could have been like they didn't know what they were going to college for. Yeah. They didn't have any idea of like what they were trying to pursue in that. And so in those situations, when you get discouraged, if you don't know what you're working towards, that makes it even harder to keep pursuing, because what are you pursuing?
So to the person who is going to college and doesn't know what their end goal is, right? Or to the person in life who maybe they thought they knew their end goal and it turns out they're completely wrong. What would be your advice to those people today? To those people that maybe don't have an end goal, but they're just kind of going in a direction that they think is best?
Start with what you love. Start with what you enjoy.
That's good.
Start with what keeps you up at night. Start with anything that you would do for free.
Yeah.
Like, if I wasn't as a strength coach as a profession, I'd probably still do it on the side. For a long time, I did do it on the side and didn't make any money from it because I just enjoyed the designing of workouts, analyzing the progress, the sports science of it's really cool. Yeah. So, like, in those situations, like, it became something that I became really good at, but it started with an interest. Yeah. Like, you're becoming a much better Madden player. Right?
You're still, he had to bring that up.
You're still not better than me. But it's that interest that creates investment, which creates, like, those things.
This
like,
is
really,
so good. You know, I'm so glad. I didn't want to bring it up, but now that you did, you know.
We can go there.
Do tell, who was winning the last time we played?
You know, I don't remember. That game,
he doesn't remember.
That wasn't a fully complete game. So, you know, I was just
probably on the verge of rage quitting there too. Huh?
I didn't have my playbook.
He definitely did. He left that on the bus back there. You know? He left it back on the bus in Connecticut over here. Yeah, man.
But
okay.
No, I would say like start with what brings you joy, because I think those are the things that you won't be afraid to really pursue to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you this question. So what do you love most about coaching?
Honestly, the best way I can explain this is with the story. I had, when I was in the United Kingdom, I had this kid I was working with. I won't like put his name out, but I had this kid I was working with, really shy kid, a little bit, you know, kind of just shy. Didn't really want to do much else besides play the sport. And I worked with him, and you know, obviously, like, he got stronger and faster. Yeah. But then there was like this one time we were.
I mean, I would hope you were coaching.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, you better not be getting slower. Checking that forward time. What the hell?
Hey man, just run another one. You're good. Try another one. I think it's the stopwatch that's messing up. You go again.
Sorry. Continue.
So one day he comes to me and like we're starting to talk more and more about like life.
Yeah.
And one day he's like, hey, like I'm gonna ask this girl out. I was like, okay, that's cool, man. I was like, you know, tell me about this girl. And this girl's like 5 years older than him. And I was like, hey man, like this girl's a little older. You sure you want to date, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, hey man, like if I can squat 300 pounds, twice my body weight, then I can ask out a girl. And it was kind of cool because like to see what we do trickle into like their regular life, you really give these athletes confidence. Yeah. You really give these athletes the ability to like take chances on things. And obviously like we're not in the weight room like, hey, let's get faster so we can get girlfriends. But to see that kind of all come together, it was cool to see a kid not only grow physically, but socially. He went from being a kid where our sessions he would barely talk to where we had to like, hey man, we gotta go. We gotta work.
Hey man, pause.
We've been on this rest set for like 3 minutes. Like we gotta go. So
volume down.
Yeah.
Get new batteries. Cool. It's not working.
New batteries.
Where's the Duracells?
Where are the Duracells? Where are the Duracells? Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. You know, I'll tell you what though, man. It astounds me how some people can bench 315. But when it comes to asking a girl on a date, man, it's like, it's crazy. And I think it just shows that life's a matter of perspective, if you believe you can do it, it's just a matter of time, It's just a matter of time. And, if you believe it, to quote Teddy Roosevelt, you're halfway there. Yeah. You're halfway there. It just takes that belief in yourself that you can and that you will. And from there, it's just, putting one foot in front of the other.
Yeah, man. Falling flat on your feet.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I want to ask. I try to ask everyone this question for every single podcast. Okay, and I think when it comes to people's missions in life, right? A lot of people have a hard time finding that mission, right? And so the question I want to ask you is, what's your mission in life? What drives you to do what you do? What's your why?
Yeah, I think the only thing I care about is that people's life is better because of me. That's it. Like, obviously, there's things that you want: financial security, happy wife, all those things are important, which is great. But I want as many people possible who come into interaction with me to walk away, and whether it's the smallest minute detail that no one even thinks about, I want their life to be better because they had that interaction with me at whatever level it is. That's really that's really what I believe God put me on this planet to do, and so that's what I care about.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. And I'll tell you what, I feel like you have touched so many people's lives, and you've done really great in the work you do. Outside of Madden and bowling, of course.
Wow.
We don't even want to
don't get started on the bowling.
We don't want to even get talking about bowling. I mean, that one. That might be
I might be the best
one.
bowler in the friend group.
He is not the best bowler in our friend group. It is bad. It is. It is actually.
You're going to talk about bad at bowling.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to disrespect our host.
Yeah. Okay.
But from a bowling standpoint.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. What's that quote? Like, you hated, but you watched. From that professional bowler. Okay?
Love you, hate you. You watched. That's so dumb.
Who do you think you are? I am.
That's so dumb.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for tuning in today. Really appreciate you guys. And always remember, life never goes backward, only upward and onward. Appreciate you having on the show, man.